So after the movie White Chicks came out, it basically solidified the fact that whiteface is funny and blackface is offensive, and sometimes funny if done properly. Robert Downey Jr., Rob McElhenney, Zach Braff, Nate Nickerson, just to name a few. And even then, if you've seen any of those actors do blackface, it's not done to be offensive. Now, historically, of course, that shit was incredibly offensive, racist even, but hey, even Disney was doing it, so why not let the adults have some fun, am I right? But for those people who like to say, well, if they can do whiteface and not get canceled, then we should be able to do blackface and not get canceled. Just know that they're mad they're not allowed to be racist. Like, when they say that, what they really mean is that they want to be able to exaggerate black stereotypes while also dressing like how they think every black person dresses without getting in trouble, when they could quite literally do all of that without painting their face black. But then everyone would think that they're trying to act like Jamie Kennedy from Malibu's Most Wanted.
Hey, yo, fool! We about to have some hardcore drama go down right about now.
And what they don't seem to realize is when someone is doing whiteface, they're not making it a point to try and get white people mad. I guess to a point they are, but they're literally just acting the way you guys act 99% of the time, and you guys still get mad. Like, look, I found this video from over 10 years ago that says Nick Cannon sparked whiteface controversy, and all he did was make himself look white to promote his upcoming album. He wasn't like, I wanna F my sister and have sex with Dale Earnhardt's dead body. Woo! Like, he literally dressed up as a white guy to promote another shitty album. Even when Dave Chappelle did whiteface, he made fun of black people while doing so.
Fortune magazine released their annual list of the 100 wealthiest people today, and Bill Gates has been overtaken. By whom, you ask?
Hot hand in a dice game, baby girl.
But when it comes to blackface, y'all will go straight to the fried chicken and watermelon going, this is delicious. And it's like, dog, Dave Chappelle portrayed you as a loving father.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, little buddy. This here is cauliflower, this is corned beef hash, and these are parsnips.
Like, it's more obvious now that you guys just want an excuse to be racist because you're jealous that black people found a way to make fun of you without having to be a bigoted racist asshole. Like, Drewski is the front runner for whiteface right now, having done it on 3 different occasions, each time being funnier than the last. Me personally, I don't think they're that funny, but he does a good job of playing the dumb redneck, you know what I mean? Which is another thing about whiteface. There are so many different variations of whiteface someone can do, versus when someone does blackface, it's always the same thing. Black face paint, a fake afro, some chicken and watermelon, and then you throw in a couple of soft N-words that end with an A, and you basically have the same creativity as a racist retard from the 1830s. Literally, there has been no change in how a racist person does blackface for almost 200 years. So yeah, I'd be mad too if black people found multiple ways to make fun of me in a fraction of the time that it's taken me to come up with one way to make fun of them. And by now, in the year 2026, that should be common sense to almost every adult. Like, if you really want to do blackface, then just do it. Don't start being like, it's not fair that they get to do it and not get in trouble. There are literally people who get fired from their jobs for calling a black person the N-word on camera, and you guys will raise $100,000 for them. 99% of it done anonymously because you guys are pussies who would actually kill themselves if their friends and family found out who you really were. And someone who has publicly voiced their displeasure in this is none other than the man who can sweat through a fucking blazer, Jake I Have a Tiny Penis Paul. So 2 days ago, Jake was on Theo Von's podcast, and they start talking about the Drewski skit where he's obviously making fun of Erica Kirk. He never mentioned her name, but we all know what he was doing, and he was spot on. I find it hilarious how the people who are getting mad at this don't realize that he isn't just making this shit up, he's exaggerating something that actually happened. But Theo Von asked Jake Paul about what he thought about the skit, and it's almost like Jake Paul planned this question so he could explain what he's about to explain, because literally right before this, they're talking about being gay. Literally, they're talking about becoming gay later in their lives, and then in the middle of him laughing, Theo goes, "Did you see the Drewski skit?"
I will be just a guy who is doing his best, who fucking is pissed off at one of his friends and lets him fucking jerk him off one time. 2 sips of this, you'll come on your buddy's back. Dude, did you see that? Did you see that Drewski skit? What'd you think?
So you see what I mean? The question literally comes out of nowhere.
You know what's so funny? Is that I wanted to talk about this with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this shit is crazy. When she starts doing that, it's hilarious, dude. She's in this space. I wish they'd have gone a little more into like the stuff with the husband and what could have happened, but I mean, Drewski's just, you never know what he's gonna do, bro. And this sets that precedent like nothing else.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Dude, this is
You're
Hulk Hogan's
right,
whole
you're right,
family
you're
in
right,
one
you're right.
picture,
This
dude.
is Hulk Hogan. Yeah, no, honestly, it's fucking hilarious.
He does not think it's fucking hilarious. He is trying his hardest to hold in his laugh because he wants what he's about to say to be taken serious. Which again, think about it. Theo is trying to make Jake laugh at this, and Jake is like, well, actually, can we talk about the real issue this highlights? Racism against whites.
I loved it. And I'm obviously Republican, and like all the Republicans being mad about this shit is like a fucking L for Republicans, because this is fucking hilarious. And even though it's fucking dark and twisted,
Yes.
and extreme truth, and people weren't ready for that, but I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, if you have to keep telling us it's fucking hilarious, then we know this is just your build-up for something stupid you're about to say. Like, did he just say that this was dark and twisted? Calling this skit dark and twisted is just his way of making this seem worse than it actually isn't. Like, there are so many things you could describe this video as, but dark and twisted is not one of them. Maybe some dark humor, but even then, Charlie Kirk wasn't even referenced at all. He specifically made it about her because of how she acted shortly after her husband was assassinated. Calling this dark and twisted is like saying Dave Chappelle's Clayton Bigsby sketch is dark and twisted. But now Jake wants the real answers. He wants answers to the questions that he was there to only ask Theo Von.
And I want to ask you something, because I've been, over the last couple of days, calling makeup artists, and I was going to do a response to this and like go and do like the full on
Darker?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and do it, and just do it back, because why not?
Well, actually, you know why you shouldn't do it, Jake? Because you're not funny. At all. Not only that, I highly doubt Jake was calling makeup artists being like, hey, can you put me in blackface so I can respond to Drewski? And they're like, are you fucking retarded? Their video, it wasn't even about you. Why do you want to respond to him? Responding to this with blackface would make no sense unless he was making fun of like Candace Owens, or even that. She was like, what, isn't like she on his side of the politics or whatever? But it gets worse, and by worse, I mean it only gets more stupid.
Are we on the same playing field? Like,
I think if there's a way to do it, there needs to be some black support for the character, I think. Like I'm saying, like say if Drewski or I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. If you got one of those guys to be like, hey, Theo, I want you to do this skit with me. Let's do this.
But still, that's pussying out.
Now, why the fuck they thought of Charles Barkley as if he's some kind of comedian that would cancel out the racism is fucking hilarious. I think they were thinking of Jimmy Kimmel doing blackface as Charles Barkley, because Shaq would have been a better option right here. You know what I mean? He's in Grown Ups 2. Shazam. But also, notice how Jake says that if he had to get a black person to agree to do this with him, that's pussying out. Which means he just wants to be as racist as possible without anyone's permission. Which he can totally do. It's just a matter of do you have the fucking balls or not, pussy? But not even that. We all know what kind of blackface he wants to do.
I come down with my hat caved in. I go back home with a pocket full of tin. Wine to run all night, wine to run all day. I bet my money on the bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. The long tail filly and the big black horse. They fly the track and they both cut across. The blind horse sticking in a big mud hole.
But still, that's pussying out.
You think it is?
Yeah.
To me, there's a level of like,
Doesn't that make us more like prejudice?
like more prejudice?
That makes us, if we have to partner with someone. Drewski just dropped this.
So what Jake just said makes absolutely no fucking sense. How the hell are you going to be prejudiced against someone you need approval from? If you need their approval, that contradicts you being prejudiced against them, because prejudice is you already judging or hating a group of people, but if you're counting on their approval, you're literally depending on them. So you being prejudiced doesn't even make sense in this situation, you actual blonde-haired, blue-eyed dummy. Hitler would have sent you to the dogs. He wouldn't have even put you in the chambers, dog. You'd be like, hey, sick the dogs on him. He's too stupid.
If we have to partner with someone, Drewski just dropped this.
And he's done it a couple of times,
Exactly.
actually.
I fucking love it.
What is that, the 8th? I fucking loved it? We get it. You hated it.
This is great. This is how humans should be.
I agree.
We should fucking make fun of each other. And I don't see in color, I see in truth and comedy. So, like, what are we talking about?
What the fuck is he talking about? Did you hear what he said?
I don't see in color, I see in truth and comedy.
You literally suck off a president who has done nothing but lie and again have never been funny. People have made fun of you, which is always funny, but you making someone laugh is only something someone who doesn't want you to leave mid-podcast would do.
So you're saying
What era are we living in?
dude, Justin Trudeau did, and he's freaking dating Katy Perry.
I was
Canada.
just with them. I was just with them.
No, you were not.
Yeah, at the JP Morgan summit.
He was B-facing. Look at him right there in the middle. Look at the one in the hat in the middle
he
lower.
got caught for this before?
Holy shit, the guy I was with was caught doing this, and he was the leader of Canada? Only more reason for me to do it. And then notice how they just Googled blackface moments, and 4 out of the 6 pictures are racist. One is meant to be funny, and this one's not even blackface. He's doing brownface, dog. You not see the giant turban on his fucking head? Like, they ignore all the racist ones, and they're like, come on, look at Jimmy Kimmel, as if Jake Paul was going to do anything like that.
What about Jimmy Kimmel when he was blacking around over there? Bring that up, huh? hey, look at him just blacking. I mean, look at that. Even the cross eyes.
That's Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
That's not Shaq.
And there it is. The racism finally comes out of him, and he says, that isn't Shaq, is it? Dude literally said that's Jimmy Kimmel like 10 times. He's wearing a fucking Jazz jersey. Dude saw one black person, he's like, Shaq? Yup, that has to be Shaq.
Oh,
Bro,
God,
Shaq is
bro.
selling everything
and
now.
look, bro, and look, by the way,
That is Jimmy Kimmel.
look at fucking Jimmy Kimmel. Fucking on the left. Untouchable.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Wow, how can they get away with this shit?
The shit that pisses me off, it's like kids can't be black for Halloween, dude.
When the fuck have you ever seen a kid try and dress up like their favorite athlete and then be like, I don't think the jersey's enough, Mom. I think something's missing. Around this area. Like, what the fuck kind of comparison is that? After a certain age, you wanting to paint your face black stops becoming a cute misunderstanding and becomes racist. But I wouldn't expect a fucking retard who dropped out of high school to understand that. But that's basically the end of the conversation. They cut off Jake mid-sentence so they can play an ad, and then when they come back, they're just talking about something completely different.
Okay, so this brings up the actual point of like,
You know what time it is? You know what time it is? What time is it? It's time to tell you about Prize Picks. Jim McMahon showed me his asshole one night. He used to play for the Bears.
Now it's funny because I think Theo asked Jake a question about Charlie Kirk and he shut it down immediately. He will go on a 6-minute rant on why he wants to be racist with no consequences, but the second he gets asked about Charlie Kirk, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. But offending black people, can we actually make that the whole podcast? Can we actually talk about that the whole time I'm here, please?
I don't know. I'll talk about a lot of things, but I don't think I'll talk about Charlie Kirk and his assassination.
Okay.
And the sensitive details around it.
But yeah, guys, if Jake Paul decides to do this, then it might actually be one of the dumbest things he has ever done. Probably worse than Logan Paul showing a dead body. But hey, what do you expect from the problem child himself? Until tomorrow or Thursday. Peace.